How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2... not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow. My potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day. Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time. How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2... not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow.
Oke, selamat pagi semuanya. Selamat datang kembali di channel saya. Dan hari ini kita akan live pagi. Simply karena hari ini udah malam Natal, jadi malam itu kayaknya untuk yang ngerayain Natal bakal ibadah. Jadi ya udah kita live pagi aja. Ini kita bakal kelarin story quest ini. Terus ini kayaknya gua akan stream sampai quest ini kelar. Habis quest kelar gua akan end stream karena ada hal yang bisa dikerjain, jadi sampai ini beres aja lah ya. Dan tidak perlu summary karena sepertinya akan bosan nih kalau gue ulangin dulu summary. Paling summary-nya untuk yang Act 4 kemarin aja. Act 4 itu lebih ke ngomongin dia itu DURIN itu ternyata berbagi nasib dengan DURIN yang di Dragon Spine gitu. Jadi makanya orang tuh jadi kayak nggak nginget gitulah, orang tuh jadi lupa gitu loh, karena ya gitu lah ceritanya dah. Tapi intinya adalah informasinya kita tahu kalau ternyata nasib Durin sekarang dan Durin Naga itu nyatu gitu loh. Jadi gitu deh intinya deh. Halo, selamat pagi buat yang baru datang.
So this is the other DURIN, huh?
Ya, ini apa ya? Bukan mayat ya. Kerangkanya Durin yang dulu deh.
If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, DURIN's actually a hero. No, I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero.
Iri nggak tuh anjir?
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
Si anjir. Si kampret.
Oh, so you three still remember DURIN? Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy, do we have a whole pile of questions for you!
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same page first. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
Sorry.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading.
Kenapa ya di Taiwan itu ngaruhnya tuh selalu yang kayak consciousness-nya dia atau kesadaran dia dengan badan dia itu kalau misalnya orang nggak kenal dia tuh terpisah gitu, kenapa ya?
If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over.
Wah, anjir.
This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory.
The book mentioned a witches gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case, which brings me to my theory.
Bringing fairy tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic.
Oh, anjir. Require the combined use of Miss Barbelot's astrology. Randotir, buset.
After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing. As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned,
Right in the head.
I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
Dari Hachi 98. Oh, Halo Kareta, selamat datang. Libur kah? Iya, betul. Meliburkan diri. Ya hari ini lagi apa? Ya izin libur lah gitu sampai tahun depan gitu. Hari ini kan malam Natal ya, jadi karena hari ini juga ada, ntar sore juga mau gereja dulu, jadi ya udah sekalian nggak masuk. Untung bosnya baik ya. Walau ya gitu dah.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
Apa ya kalau dibilang cuti, nggak tahu ya bisa dibilang cuti atau enggak, cuma maksudnya kayak oke, let's say ya aku bukan kerja di kantor, aku kerja di kayak studio foto gitu. Terus studio hari ini buka, cuman yang jaga bukan aku gitu loh. Aku bilang untuk beberapa hari aku nggak jaga dulu ya gitu, lagi model, nggak bilang liburan ya, pokoknya mau Natalan dulu, abis itu mau apa namanya ya liburan lah, acara keluarga gitu. Dan ternyata bosku sangat baik, jadi dikasih lah gitu, intinya kayak gitulah. Nggak tahu tuh disebutnya cuti atau apa tuh. Ya jadi kayak shift plus request off gitulah. Mereka masih berjalan tapi kayak request off dulu gitu, kayak gitulah.
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Dia aku request off gitu. Oh, I see. Iya, secara teknis betul sih. Request
The
off.
giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the branch that had burst forth from the castle walls. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in the sun and rain of the world beyond the castle.
Wah iya, ini malam. Oh iya, ini malam Natal. Betul. Time flies so fast. To be honest, akhir tahun ini menurut saya sih waktu berjalan cukup lama ya. Agak lama. Aduh. Enggak sih, sebenarnya agak lama cuma gara-gara live stream announcementnya masih tahun depan, jadi ya.
But first,
Kok lama
fetch
gitu.
the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Oke, ini ada apa nih di depan? Wow, hari ini nonton 4. Emang kayak besok dan tahun depan emang streamnya harus pagi ya. Kalau malam tuh bener-bener buset, sepinya ampun. Solution bestowed by the sage who...
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop.
Oh, ini masih nyambung sama paralogi.
There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the sage witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring, and so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
Udah? Oh, udah. Kenapa tabung reaksinya
What
gede
is
banget?
this place?
Wow.
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Ini kenapa tabung reaksinya gede banget? Kenapa bukunya jadi gede banget tuh? Tuh lihat tuh. Ini kan harusnya buku-buku ya, malah dijadiin pintu gitu kan, jadi pilar gitu. Set dah. Tuh ada jam pasir di situ. Fantasi banget ini.
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Ini pasti jadi ini nih, mainan kayu itu di kotak.
Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how DURIN sees them.
Aduh, dia jadi mainan begini dong.
At least you're still human-shaped.
Weh.
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story.
Cat Guy gitu. Dari Head Guy jadi Cat Guy gitu. Albedo sama Momon lucu banget kalau gini, makanya. Jadi ini si Albedo jadi Lego gitu. Yang satu jadi Lego, yang satu jadi kucing gitu. Ampun.
But you, Paimon, and DURIN haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just concentrate on moving the plot forward.
Lego nggak tuh? Ya baru kepikiran mainan-mainan simulan kayak di istana yang kotak-kotak kayu itu. Oh iya ya, kenapa kita nggak bilang Lego aja ya?
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway. Intricately crafted, it seemed to lead them towards another exciting chapter of the tale.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
Nggak bisa masuk.
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Oh, ini bagian yang belum ditulis, jadi nggak bisa masuk.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat.
Betul, pas bagian ini aku panik, Kenapa? Panik kenapa?
And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold.
Yuk, Albedo, do your magic, yuk. Bisa yuk, do your magic. Yuk.
Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale.
Ini kayaknya mau ceritain ini deh, yang dari mini DURIN akhirnya jadi orang gitu. Ini kan waktu di paralogism kan ceritanya memang si DURIN di gunung itu kan emang mau hidup lagi ya. Terus itu nanti jantungnya kayak diambil atau diapain gitu, buat dijadiin orang gitu.
Sounds like this chapter is about Albedo
kan?
bringing me to life.
Bener kan?
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation. So why is DURIN still being forgotten?
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Destroy the heart.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Ini tulisannya nabrak infused with the heart of the evil dragon. Oke, tar. Ini nggak bisa naik. Nggak bisa di ini. Nggak ada info apa-apa di sini. Ini kan nggak bisa ya. Nah ini DURIN di sini. Little dragon.
There you are.
Oh! Hello there!
Hey! It's Mini DURIN again! What are you doing holed up in here?
I was worried I'd scare everyone off, so I've been hiding out here all this time.
You must be really nervous, huh?
I guess I am a little nervous. I'm gonna get to stop the evil dragon and even become a human. It's all thanks to that Clayman. He's the one who talked me into it.
Clayman.
And once I'm a human, I'll be able to make loads of friends and do tons of important things.
You'll make lots of friends, that's for sure. And go on many unforgettable adventures.
I'm so glad to hear it. The only thing is, the clay man said becoming human isn't gonna be easy.
He's right about that. Even if you manage to become a human, there will always be tougher challenges on the road ahead.
Jadi orang itu tidak mudah ya. Apalagi jadi orang dewasa. Aduh. Udahlah capek kalau diceritain mah jadi orang dewasa.
But even so, your friends will be there to help you.
Ya ampun. Ini representasinya oke. Ditemenin kucing gitu.
Oh, then I'm not afraid.
Funny, isn't it? After talking to you, I'm not afraid anymore either. So, are you ready now?
Yep, I'm ready to become a human.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat.
Masih bisa hidup lagi.
And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale.
Terus?
At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart.
Kayak ini benar. Ini
And
benar
a
nih.
new life came into being.
Ini benar nih. Kemarin kayak gitu.
The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten. And so was the little dragon born anew.
Udah. Even as is always about me. Udah.
Finally, a happy ending. That must be the last step, right? Woohoo! We completed the story.
Jadi ini story quest spesialnya apa sih? Bentar. Coba lanjut dulu. But then why are we still here? Bentar. Komennya ntar dulu.
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more, his story far from over.
Huh? So, that wasn't the end?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all. The real last step.
If fate really is as devious as they say, then I say, show us what you've got.
Wow. You're all so serious all of a sudden.
Lama amat animasi Ya ampun.
DURIN, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Hey, what kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control it. What choice does he have?
Time is running out. So, will the little dragon dare to hold this
Ini kita suruh
power
milih nih
back?
dua ending.
Or will he simply give in?
Aduh, ini jadi kekuatannya mau ditahan, disimpan, atau dikasih gitu ya.
What's up with the narrator?
Ya naratornya udah mau mati deh di ceritanya nih, ya nggak sih?
Would he dare to hold this power back?
Ini minus 4 gak bisa sih.
Simply give in.
Ini gimana ini? Ini gimana ini? Ini gimana nih nggak bisa nih? 0. Ini minus 4 nih, pasti nggak cukup nih. Aduh, nggak tahu dah.
The little dragon and his companions. Blank. Blank again.
Huh? What's going on? Are we running out of ink?
Once the ink runs out, is that the end of the story?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Hilang dong.
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Oh, emang part of story kayak gitu ya?
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending.
Kagak ada suara ya.
You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess, you're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry though, I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead, see if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more.
Aku mana plot twist.
Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Dari Vincent Tristan, rajin banget Del, pagi-pagi udah live. Pertama karena gue malam nggak bisa live, gue mau ya maksud gue ini malam Natal jadi kayak kalau misalnya ada yang mau Natalan dulu malam ini, jadi gue live-nya pagi. Kedua gue juga hari ini kagak lagi mode off dari kerjaan, jadi ya udah gue live pagi lah gitu. Thank you ya udah mampir BTW. Flip back. Oh anjir, emang nggak kayak gitu. Lagi cuti maksud gue. Ini gimana ya? Ini return to the castle.
Ahead of them was a storyless void.
Ini
and they
gimana
could
ini?
go no further.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he
Kalau
simply
balik?
give in?
Coba kalau dibiarin gimana nih? Apa yang terjadi kalau dibiarin? Oh, emang begitu? Ya apa lagi?
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged like a tide. Unchecked, the darkness engulfed everything around it, including the little dragon's soul. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Is this me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from sight, leaving nothing but the evil dragon's shadow in his place.
Oh no! That means Durin! What do we do now?
Si kampret nih. Story quest-nya baru intensnya di Act 5.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending.
Another possible
Do
ending.
not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Ya Allah, bener-bener. Coba return berarti. Decide.
to hold this power back.
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. All I wanted was to make some friends. I'm starting to think I kind of miss being in Simulanka.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't miss it.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost. But that's better than going nowhere at all.
You don't have to worry, DURIN. No matter what problem you face, there will always be a solution.
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's walls, the clamor of the outside world fell away. There was no danger here, no problems for the little dragon to resolve. As soon as his mother finished her story, it was time for the child to drift off into the world of dreams. And so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep in his castle, just like he had never even hatched.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? DURIN, wake up! But this can't be how it ends. DURIN promised to bring back everyone's memories. There's no way he'd accept an ending like this.
Ini gimana sih? Anjir.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Si anjing ini gimana, Cok? Lah, ini gimana dong? Anjir, ini gimana nih? Udah,
What's
udah.
going on here? Why isn't the story letting
emang kayak
DURIN just
gitu?
suppress the abyssal power? It keeps getting stuck.
Oh, emang begitu. Oke. Emang sengaja disuruh ambil tiga-tiganya.
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an event in the story. In other words, we would need ink to write it in.
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left? But...
Well, this is DURIN's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis. DURIN was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, he has always dwelt within her story, and I suspect that has remained the case, even after his arrival in Tevat. Reviving DURIN in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this DURIN story onto the latter's fate. In essence, that is how his fate was rewritten. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Tevat has been woven into the fabric of time. Its most natural path, but DURIN's story, on the other hand,
Needs an author to continue writing it. Okay.
as DURIN's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue, because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine friends indeed.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him, or stand in his way?
This is as far as the story can go. What path will you choose?
If the story ends now, DURIN will just vanish.
I suppose the final decision is up to me. It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's true, I'd like to go there and see for myself.
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter ahead?
But we still don't even know how Alice's magic works. If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some unwritten part, isn't that too risky?
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem this is one answer you need to go seize for yourself.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand in your way, we'll tear them down together.
Halo, welcome. Buat yang baru datang. Oh, jadi kita yang menentukan ending kita sendiri ya.
Uncloudable edge of existence itself. All of the things it began to fracture as if struck by downwards. As the reasons well.
Gotta keep going.
Ahead lies only a storyless void.
My consciousness is slipping away.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
Dari 5 hari, intensnya cuma di sini doang.
I feel so weak.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real as I am.
I can't feel a connection.
Ini gimana? Jalannya
You're not
kemana
alone
kayak
in this
gitu?
world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
Ini
I
jalan
can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long.
Ini kok putih semua?
Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go, make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet.
Anjir, oke. Oke. Nangkap. Terus. Ah, tiba-tiba pindah ke sini. Oh, balik, pulang.
Silence, huh? Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate, and in doing so, not only rewrite that fate, but allow the story to live on.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps writing.
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still centuries away.
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble science of alchemy than it could ever deliver, or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of all.
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective, at least, I don't think it was a bad proposal.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend, much like the stars themselves, there will always be something that transcends the test of time.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already.
Penting ini
But,
penting ini.
Alice, I still have one final favor to ask of you. Will you lend me your magic one last time, just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy is fulfilled?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rheindotter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding in this world. Whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined by fate alone. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So, what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps there really is a way I can help. I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life writing. And even then, I'm sorry to say, it would not last forever. No matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. But the world itself will never stop changing. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens, the story will end.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, itu dying wish-nya si M.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying your old age in peace and quiet.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story is to continue, I'll just have to skip over some of the less important details.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even Fate's curse could be undone and...
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy and live happily ever after.
In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish, and even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy. Pinocchio banget.
That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But have you ever wondered what happens to the main character after the ever after? Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To leave a story without an ending.
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that their greatest regret. But I see things differently. My greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end in the first place.
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever. For them, the story itself becomes an inescapable fate. But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and let them continue the story themselves?
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep the story going until the prophecy comes to pass is... But I've found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the story the way he wants to. For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience the whole tale himself, even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped, he'll still be able to carry the story forward on his own. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with the responsibility of writing his own story.
A character with the power to write their own story.
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen. And like anyone else living in the real world, he can go on to create a life of his own.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Teyvat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to maintain his connection to that world. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for himself.
Ini kenapa muncul yang ini? F3 kemarin.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Teyvat's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all to guide them.
We still have the story itself, though. I can use that to show them the way.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, and gets stuck, roaming the chapters of his past. But despite all that, I
still believe in what this child can become. His hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running dry.
Oh, what the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination never ceases to amaze, and you do know how much I love a happy ending. You shall have my help, my dear.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child, do you understand what you must do?
Aduh. Aduh. Bawang nggak nih?
Yes, I think I do. It's my turn to keep this story alive.
Then what's holding you back?
What will become of you after I take up this pen?
I will fade away.
Aduh.
There will no longer be a reason for me to go on existing. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago. The voice you're hearing is nothing but a magical echo that has now fulfilled its purpose. You needn't feel so reluctant to let me go.
I know my mother died long ago. It's just, when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the stories she used to read. I guess it's a silly way of pretending she's still here, by your side.
DURIN.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies together, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose in life. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends waiting, it's time I finally set aside my mother's storybook. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Aduh.
Then take this. A gift I should have given you a long time ago. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. made your wishes, offered your blessings, and even wrote your choices into its pages. From here on out, this pen is yours. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, as both its reader and its witness, will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin?
Wah, anjir. Ini apa nih? Wah, anjir langsung
Suddenly and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun.
Tuh kan.
Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew.
Tuh kan, bener kan?
He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Udah.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that's not something that comes knocking every day.
Oh. Oh, ini Durin yang mati ya? Ah, akhirnya ketemu juga berdua.
That fate no longer defines me. In the end, only my story shall endure.
Ini gimana ini? Gak bisa sih. Push. Wah, lah begini doang ah. Dor. Masih ada. Musik itu dia ternyata. Oke, nice.
No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
Thank you. Udah.
Only my story shall endure.
Nice. Diserangnya pakai itu dong. Astagfirullah. Dor. Enggak dong, tadi ini salah. Beres. Apa lagi nih? Rius aset dari simulator.
Looks like there's nowhere to hide. Here, I'll cover for you.
Thank you. Udah.
Leave it this time, the light prevails.
Mati juga anjir.
Thank you, Mom.
Aduh.
And
Thank
so
you,
it
Mom.
was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over.
Udah. Anjir lama banget loadingnya. Oh udah balik. Berarti ini harusnya udah ini.
Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome!
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed. I owe you all so much. Without your help, I don't know if I could have ever made it this far.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before, it's not every day that you get to put fate in its place.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it someday.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Allow me to just check one thing. Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And those strange symptoms you were experiencing seem to have completely disappeared.
Oh, thank goodness!
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy, what other law of this world governs his being?
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that. Now that this one's out of danger, it's time for me to get out of here.
You're leaving so soon? Don't humans usually throw a party after something like this?
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy? Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
Some people never change.
In a way, though, he is right. This is DURIN's moment to celebrate, not the time for academic discussions.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to talk about it. It's just, I wouldn't even know where to start.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at some point. After all, your story's only just begun. All right then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the extraordinary nature of the things we witnessed today, I need to make sure it's all recorded properly.
Okay, see ya! So, it's party time next! Huh?
Gak kelar-kelar nih kayaknya.
Congratulations on completing your mission. Now then, as per our agreement, it's about time you returned that book.
She must have known the moment we finished! Just like she said she would!
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must
Ya, dapat
for
dapat
socializing.
outfitnya tapi nggak ada karakternya ya. Sorry bro, saya skip dulu ya. Ada prioritas utama gitu. Ya nanti aja tunggu rerun lah, baru ini. Tunggu rerun baru kita pull lagi. Tapi apa ya? Too much, ntar aja deh, habis ini beres lah. Halo Tante, selamat
my
pagi.
writer and witness. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
You had special plans for the traveler from the start, didn't you?
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a reader. I chose the traveler as the witness because of the special nature of who he is.
Itu ngapain tuh? Hey, ngapain itu? Tone Deaf Bard ngapain di belakang?
It's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here, tone-deaf bard?
With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Animo Archon might be slightly...
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoyed coming along for the ride. Now then, as agreed, let us see the fruits of your labor.
Malah jadi ini supporter di situ.
Here, please take a look.
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it still turned out to be full of surprises. It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my, I nearly couldn't believe it. If only the others were here too. We could all celebrate together.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one busy stuffing her face over there.
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
All right, Aunt Seer Witch.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
What does that mean?
Child, all you need to know is that you're very lucky.
Oh.
Oh, doang lagi.
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little DURIN, what will you do next? I, for one, cannot wait to see how your story unfolds.
Well, there's so much I want to do. I'm not even sure where to begin.
How about settling your most recent regret?
Not so fast, tone-deaf bard. What exactly did you just tell DURIN to do?
To make the long overdue wish come true.
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments. Just enough time to say goodbye to my dearest friend.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it. Not one bit.
I don't know how to respond to that. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain and sadness felt like.
Si Tante udah cracking tuh suaranya tuh.
Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you also leave a few words for the child? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
There's no need. His mother already did that long, long ago. All that remains is for me to convey it on her behalf.
Ada lagi nih. Oh.
My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love.
Oh, matinya gitu.
Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages.
Menghilang jadi kertas dia.
Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
Ini meaningnya bagus sih. Meaningnya bagus sih ini story. Keren. Nice. Oh, udah. God. Ini apa?
There you go. Your very own copy of the book. We wouldn't want one of the story's key witnesses to leave empty-handed now, would we? Of course, this copy isn't magical in the same way. But rest assured, all the twists and turns...
Terus kalau misalnya kita buka bukunya, keluarnya apa? Mana sih? Mana sih bukunya? Oh ini. Oh, bisa gini.
Long, long ago, an evil dragon bravely did the peace.
Oh, ini berarti yang harusnya udah kita lihat-lihat ya dari kemarin ya. Ya sih.
Suddenly and without, alas,
Stepping into his mother's memories.
Ya udah skip ya. Aduh. Ya udah. Oke, sebenarnya ini quest kayak dibilang spesial banget enggak ya sebenarnya, karena kayak dari 6 act dan 5 hari yang kita kerjain 90% ceritanya sudah diceritakan sebenarnya. Tapi mungkin untuk pemain baru ini mungkin hal yang baru. Tapi kalau untuk pemain lama seperti saya, ini tuh bukan hal yang baru sebenarnya. Kayak kita dari X1 ya mungkin ada beberapa yang akhirnya dijelaskan ya. Kayak kita udah tahu nih tentang masalahnya DURIN di masa lalu dengan The Fallen itu dari Archon Quest itu masih di Mondstadt kalau nggak salah deh. Terus abis itu ada yang enggak itu beda nih. Abis itu Simulanka, mungkin buat yang udah main Simulanka ini juga udah diceritain gitu bahwa ada naga yang jahat gitu ya. Bukan naga jahat, sorry. Ada naga yang pengen berteman dengan siapapun di dunia ceritanya, tapi orang tuh takut sama dia, jadinya gak ada yang mau deket-deket lah gitu. Akhirnya dia mengunci diri, menutup diri sampai dengan day sekarang. Nah akhirnya ketemulah sama yang pas ada si Wanderer itu post questnya Simulanka tuh. Cuman waktu itu nggak terlalu notice deh itu kenapa gitu kan. Habis itu lanjut ke yang ketika Albedo masuk, habis itu si DURIN mau jadi orang, itu tuh ngambil dari questnya Paralogism tuh kalau nggak salah masih tahun ini deh, nggak tahu berapa bulan yang lalu, lupa, pokoknya masih tahun ini deh. Paralogism itu Archon Quest yang interlude. Jadi sebenarnya dari X1 sampai X4 dan 5 itu sebenarnya sih Rius aja sih, Rius story gitu. Nah baru yang oke tuh di X6 tadi gitu loh. X6 tadi yang ternyata kayak sebenarnya secara gampangnya sih lebih kayak ini aja sih. Dari sisi penulis dia bilang penyesalan terbesarnya adalah mengakhiri ceritanya gitu. Jadi dia memutuskan untuk ya udah biarin aja deh karakternya yang lanjutin ceritanya sendiri gitu loh. Jadi ya sesimpel kayak kita nih dulu kecil dirawat gitu sama orang tua kita tuh di guide lah gitu, masih di guide gitu. Abis itu ketika kita udah dewasa gitu, mungkin udah nikahan misalnya, abis itu kan ya orang tua masih kayak ya udah lanjutin ceritamu sendiri gitu sama keluargamu sendiri kan, kayak gitu kan sebenarnya kan. Jadi ya meaningnya bagus aja sih kalau yang ini sih, lebih kayak sebagai orang tua yang tidak mau terlalu otoriter gitu kan, kayak ya udah kasih kebebasan gitu. Which is ini kalau tempatnya di Mondstadt cocok banget sih, karena emang ini tempat kan lebih ke menggambarkan kebebasan kan di sini kan. Ya sebenarnya inti ceritanya sih lebih kayak gitu ya caranya ya. Tapi secara storytelling oke lah gitu, ada hal-hal baru gitu tadi yang kita udah lihat. Tapi selebihnya untuk awal-awal yang somehow sebenarnya nggak perlu sampai 5 hari sih, nggak perlu sampai 5 hari in real time, itu nggak perlu sebenarnya gitu. Itu kayak agak kelamaan gitu kan. Jujur agak nggak suka gitu. Dikirain juga kayak oke, dari 5 hari itu masing-masing harinya tuh bisa 2 jam questnya gitu. Tapi kayak ternyata enggak gitu, cuma bentar-bentar yang kayak cuman iya tunggu DURIN bangun gitu besoknya. Itu jujur agak wasting time sih, dan itu bikin capek sebenarnya. Soalnya emang ya mungkin kalau untuk player baru sih mungkin ini hal baru gitu yang akhirnya wah begini-gini dan akhirnya tahu gitu kan. Tapi kalau untuk player lama sebenarnya ini bukan hal yang baru gitu loh. Ini udah ada dari quest-quest yang lalu gitu. Cuman memang kayak Simulanka itu dari summer tahun 2024. Jadi nggak playable lagi, nggak ada muncul lagi di event manapun, udah ya terkunci lah gitu, udah lewat aja gitu. Jadi kayak mungkin Hoyo tuh cuma pengen retelling the story supaya player baru tuh tahu gitu loh. Ya intinya gitu sih kalau menurut saya gitu ya. Message-nya oke. Ini cukup out of the box ya kalau dari segi penulis. I mean, saya pun sebagai yang udah pernah belajar cara nulis cerita ya, cara nulis film sebenarnya, kita kan selalu yang kayak sebagai penulis tuh, oh ya udah kita bikin cerita gini, akhirannya kayak gini gitu. Dan ternyata ini endingnya ini cukup out of the box sih, mana kayak ya udah penulisnya membiarkan karakter di dalam ceritanya melanjutkan ceritanya sendiri gitu loh. Ya nggak tahu sih menurut kalian, tapi menurut saya sih lebih, oh ini oke juga ya, ternyata ending ini bukan ending yang biasa gitu loh. Ya nggak tahu ya kalau menurut yang lain gimana gitu. Ya intinya seperti itulah.
And so they flew together, Durin and Dvalin, over the skies of Mondstadt. Who'd have thought such words could ever have described a...
Tapi akhirnya kita pun juga ini ya, apa namanya, mendapatkan ending dari Durin yang di Mondstadt ini. Akhirnya dia bener-bener mati kan. Sejak awal pun udah diceritain bahwa nasib Durin orang ini dengan nasib Durin yang nasib Durinnya si Mulanka dan Durinnya si Dragonspine itu kan kayak tumpang tindih gitu lah satu sama lain gitu. Tapi akhirnya kita dijelasin bahwa nasibnya si Durin yang Dragonspine itu udah benar-benar mati kan, tadi udah kita matiin gitu kan. Jadi ya akhirnya kedepannya pun Durin akan tetap ada, tapi ya sesuai dengan ceritanya dia sendiri gitu lah yang sekarang. Jadi ya harusnya sih kelanjutannya sih ya Archon pasti akan datang sih kalau memang masih ada ceritanya ya kan. Perjalanan dia kan masih sama kita tuh nanti di Northcry kan. Ya intinya gitu sih. Ya so far secara meaning bagus, cuman secara storytelling oke, secara meaning oke, cuman kayak secara urutan cerita sih menurut saya itu bukan sesuatu hal yang baru ya, karena lebih ke arah reuse story, reuse aset juga, karena itu udah pakai aset-aset si Mulanka sebenarnya. Jadi ya agak mungkin buat yang pemain lama yang udah main itu lebih kayak oh ini agak nostalgic gitu, mungkin lebih ke arah sana sih. Udah itu aja dari saya buat reviewnya. Berapa ya ratingnya? Ya 8/10 lah ya. 8/10. Udah kita level udahan dulu ya, abis klaim ini. Buat yang event yang satu lagi udah nggak kayaknya akan main di off stream aja deh kayak gini deh. Mana sih yang ini nih? Ini kayak akan off stream aja karena kita udah mau Natal tahun baru ya. Kita lihat deh nanti, nggak tahu kedepannya bakal di stream atau enggak. Belum bisa janji dulu karena udah masuk Natal tahun baru nih, suka banyak event ya. 26, 27 juga udah sibuk banget, udah nggak bisa. Jadi we'll see lah kedepannya apakah di stream apa enggak. Tadi sih bilangnya nggak akan di stream, tapi kayaknya untuk sekarang jangan langsung enggak dulu deh. Belum janji dulu.
Thank you for
soalnya itu pasti tetap akan dimainin juga, mau on stream, off stream, karena ya saya membutuhkan pet ya. Aduh itu nanggung banget lagi, kurang 20 ntar ini lagi deh. Oh ini udah belum ya? Test run-nya udah belum ya? Oh udah deh kemarin. Ya udah pokoknya gitu dah. Terima kasih yang udah mampir hari ini. Hari ini tadi ada Kareta, ada Tristan. Terima kasih untuk kalian. Sebenarnya emang bener ini kayak teorinya emang kalau live tuh harus pagi deh. Soalnya ternyata kalian tuh datangnya pas pagi gitu, malam tuh kagak ada yang mampir gitu. Ya udah, itu aja teman-teman. Thank you untuk hari ini. Besok nggak ada live ya. Besok ya yang mau Natalan, selamat Natal dulu ya. Yang mau Natalan besok silakan Natalan dulu. Selamat Natal deh pokoknya untuk kalian yang ngerayain. Apalagi ya lupa lagi tadi mau nyampein apa.
My time with the
Ini
Spina
itu.
has taught me that carrying an
Oh, besok
unreliable
besok
weapon
kita ada
is
pembahasan
worse than
juga.
not carrying one at all.
Ya sebenarnya ini pembahasan singkat sih, cuman video 5 menit isinya tentang moral lesson di apa di quest yang Ineva tuh yang masih di Natlan, soalnya belum lanjut tuh X1 dan seterusnya belum bikin tuh. Aduh, tidak sabar untuk membahas Bina ya. Ya ditunggu aja untuk pembahasan besok. Dan please kalian nonton ini, please kritik dan sarannya untuk video-video pembahasan saya, karena aku merasa konten-konten kemarin secara public speaking agak-agak kurang bagus ya. Jadi tolong kritik sarannya ya, taruh di komen aja nggak apa-apa, nanti buat jadi evaluasi juga buat kedepannya, supaya nanti untuk pembahasan lore yang akan datang akan lebih better, akan lebih baik lagi. Tapi please kritik sarannya. Nah, thank you ya teman-teman ya. Saya masih ada meskipun hari ini cuti, tapi tetap aja masih ada hal-hal yang mesti diedit gitu ya,
logo.
Jadi saya
It
harus
was
off dulu.
designed
Terima
by
kasih,
my
teman-teman.
mother.
Sampai berjumpa lagi di
Have you
konten
noticed how it
berikutnya.
shapes like a
Bye-bye,
heart?
thank you. Dadah answer mana? Thank you guys.